After hearing the story of Bhisma's departure from the earth in the presence of Sri Krishna, Shauna the sage who was listening to the story from the Sutta, the storyteller, along with his disciples, asked him, what did Yudhishthira do, after vanquishing the felons in the form of cousins? He was not interested in any kind of pleasures for himself. How did he rule the kingdom? Yudhishthira had just listened to the teachings of Bhisma on how to rule the kingdom with good conduct. He had the guidance and protection of Sri Krishna, and all his younger brothers were devoted to him. During Yudhishthira's rule, the rains poured that much of water which was needed, cows yielded rich milk, the oceans, rivers, mountains and earth yielded all their wealth. The description of Hastinapura goes to say that how nature responds to the rule of a just king and yields its best. It was time for Krishna, their dear friend and guide, to leave for Dvarka. It was a heartbreaking parting for the Pandavas, Draupadi, and Kunti. They had the privilege of satsanga with Sri Krishna, with the power of which they had freed themselves from the evil association with Duryodhana and the other Kauravas. Women controlled their crying as it was not a good omen to shed tears when somebody was leaving. Many got up the terraces and balconies to have a better view of Krishna. Arjuna, his dear friend, held an ornate white umbrella. All high-sounding musical instruments, drums, tabors and horns were played to announce the departure. Satyaki and Uddhava held the white fly whisks to fan Krishna. The Brahmanas spelt out their chants of blessing, addressed to the universal self as well as the individual deity in the person of Krishna. The womenfolk of the palace broke out into singing paeans praising Krishna, and significantly they spoke of him as the supreme lord of the whole universe. Sri Krishna acknowledged their chants of praise with his enchanting smile as he moved past. Yudhishthira provided with 4 wings of his army, elephants, cavalry, infantry and chariots, out of love and respect, and considering possibility of attacks by enemies, he proceeded towards Dvarka through the territories of Kurujangala, Panchala, and Shurasena. Wherever he passed by, people gave a warm reception. Come dusk and Sri Krishna alighted from his chariot and went to a lake nearby to chant his evening prayers. Sri Krishna soon reached Dvarka and took out his Kong Panchajan and blew it loudly to attract his family and friends who had missed him for a long time that he was away. The whole of Dvarka gathered forth to meet Sri Krishna and broke into beautiful chants of praise welcoming their lord. The author is Sevak, Chinmaya Mission, Tiruchi, Bernie.Sharaniakaitanya@gmail.com u.Sharaniakaitanya.blogspot.in. Let's block ads. Why?